Ooh, it's hot today. I just came in from the doctor. I just came in to the kitchen. I just rinsed these herbs off, and I about forgot to cut the camera on. So that's the truth. So what I'm fixing to do is I'm going to get some pork and put it in there. You know what? Instapot. Because today is Instapot day. Every day is Instapot day. So I'm just going to take my pork and I'll put about one layer. Then I'll salt and I'll pepper. Now I decided I'd just come on. If y'all want to watch, okay. If you don't, okay. But this is a weekly thing, me using the Instapot. So I'm going to go ahead and salt and pepper those. And then I'll show you in a minute what I'm going to do. I'm a little winded. And I get that way after that old COVID hit, you know. It's just nothing I can do about it. So, let me put that over. Now I'll put also, make sure that's kind of in there. Let me go ahead and I'm going to chop these. Let me get my, okay. Put you there. Let me get my big knife. So I'm going to chop them kind of a little bit more. Because I'm going to put these. I've got several things going right now. Okay. Now this here is going to go for something. For the Benedictine, which I had planned to videotape anyway, so you're just going to have to bear with me because I've got so many irons in the fire right now. In the kitchen, out of the kitchen, in between the kitchen. Sometimes today, when it is one of those days, I don't know if I'm washing the clothes or hanging them out in the dry. I don't know. Been busy as you know what. I can't see real well, so I'm having to be careful because I come in out of that sun to get in those herbs. And I don't want to cut myself today. Or any other day. Okay. I got this kind of diced up there. I've already diced some onions, tomatoes, and cilantro. I'm going to just put that a little bit on top of that, under each piece of that meat, kind of, just a little bit, just to give it a little flavor. Just about like that, not a lot. Now that, do one more salt. Now that's going to go in the Instapot for 20 minutes. And I'm only going to put about a fourth cup of water. I don't want much. Let's go to the meat setting, 20 minutes. And make sure your setting to keep it warm is off. Because it'll just sit there and keep cooking if you don't. Now that's starting, so that's good. Let it do its own thing. Okay, now let me get a small chopper because of my I've got that new little chopper I showed y'all the other day, but I'm not too thrilled about that thing, having to sit there and do it all myself. I thought, no, I'm not going to do it. So, I'm just going to do it this way. The bad thing about onions, chopping them, if you don't have, you know what's in your, you know where. Like I don't have my, you know what. When I eat, I don't usually wear them. It's because it's bitter. The oxygen makes onions bitter. That's why when you used to get tacos as a kid, or enchiladas, when people were making enchiladas, they'd chop those onions up in a food grinder or sieve or something. Then you'd put them in your corn tortilla with your cheese and all that, and they'd be bitter. Bitter as quinine. It's because the oxygen got to them. Now, when we bite into an onion, it's not bitter because of the way our bodies are made. Our mouth filters out that. So you just, I don't really like to chop a lot of my stuff. So that don't look right. I don't know why that's not fitting down on there. Maybe because I'm crazy, I guess. And this won't, well, I guess it will. I'm half blind today, y'all. Or every day I'm half blind. Okay. So that's good enough. That's one onion. We're going to say that's one onion. I needed to do 2 onions, but I'm doing 1 onion. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put some of that pico de gallo into this slaw, because I'm making Mother some slaw for herself. So y'all just have to follow me. You know, I'm all around the town. Let me just put a little onion into that slaw. And we'll set that back because that's for a different meal. And then I'm going to take my cucumber to make my Benedictine. Now, I had the story about that Benedictine spread, so y'all would know it. I couldn't quite remember it, and it's, you know, that's up there where Granny Pat lives, the Benedictine. Jenny Benedict was famous for it. It was in her 1902 cookbook. 1902 Blue Ribbon Cooking was published in 1902. When it did not originally have the recipe of Benedictine, it now does, according to Wikipedia. She provided the original recipe from Louisville caterer and cookbook author Jenny Benedictine. So that's how it happened. Was they make cucumber tea sandwiches and spread for other sandwiches or your vegetable dips and things. That's how that Benedictine became famous, was up around the horse country. But I've loved it all of my life. I don't know if it was, I don't know how it got down to Texas, but it did. And let me get these herbs set over here, because I'm going to use them later in something else. So what you do is I'm going to make quite a big mess of this Benedictine, so I can have it for dips and different things. So it says on the recipe just for an 8-ounce cream cheese. I'm going to use more than that, and there's not much to it. So I'm going to use 3 of my cream cheeses that's been softened. Let me get a spoon here. Now, I bought these for $1 a piece, a package. I put them in the freezer around November. Now you see that they're still just fine. So I just freeze them in their package, their little metal package, everything. I've still got a sack full of them because I bet about $30 worth, because for $1 a piece you cannot beat getting cream cheese. That's so expensive usually. So, okay, now then, let me get my bowl. I guess I better get the big bowl. Get the big bowl. Get my big bowl. And I've got to get my other chopper. So I'm going to add my 1 onion to my bowl. Get that out of the way. Now, let me get my big chopper. Because I've got to chop that cucumber. I've got to chop that cucumber, and I forgot. So don't go haywire, because I forgot. Get that plugged in. There goes here's the Instapot. I'm just trying to get up the pressure. So if you hear anything in the background, it's the Instapot getting up pressure. I've got several of these food processors. I use this old one. I've got some that's really old, like the, I don't know, Sunbeams or whatever they were. Okay, so let me move my little chopper, because we're through this little chopper. We'll put little chopper into little chopper space. And then we'll move big chopper. And I'm just going to add my cucumbers to big chopper. Don't know how many more I'll need. But so I want to add, and y'all can add 1 cucumber to 1 deal of cream cheese. Now, of course, you know mine, I've got more than that. So we're going to just chop these. Now I kind of emaciate that because I want it as a spread. Okay, now then, what I do is I get one of my strainers, one of my big strainers, and I put that cucumber down in it, and you get all that water out you can. If you don't have a strainer, get your kitchen towel. Squeeze it out like you would. You want all that water out of that. As much as you can get. As much as you can get out of this. I can't show y'all, but I just put that in that big strainer and I just sit there and move it around. In a minute I'll show you. Okay, let me get another one of my strainers. And maybe I can show you. I'll just move that around and pop it. Kind of pop it. like that. And then I put it in my bowl. Now you can tell, and sometimes I will go ahead, get clean paper towel, and just soak that up as much as I can. Just let that soak up. You need to really squeeze that old juice out, but I'm not going to do it today. Let me get my little trash bag so I can put my stuff in there. So now, I'm going to put a little, and she doesn't do this, but I do this. I put a little herbs in mine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my mint. Now I've got a chocolate mint and a regular mint here. I just like that in this. Always have that little bit of mint flavor. And it's pretty inside it. So now that's not in the video. This is just Billie Jean. I put spices in this before, and oh, smell that mint. It smells so good, y'all. That mint smells so good. Chocolate, you can smell chocolate and kind of like a mojito. Okay, so we'll put that in our bowl here, like this. I'll lay these herbs out so they'll dry right here on my little board. That's the way I do it, and then they're easier to maintain. Okay, so now we've got our, okay, let's get a little bit of, my throat is getting dry. I'm going to get me a little drink here in a minute. Where is my, okay. Now I'm looking for my little bit of cayenne pepper. I don't want a whole bunch. I just want a little bitty bit. Not a lot. Few grains. Now we're going to add our green food coloring. 2 drops, so we'll do about 5 drops, and then we'll see. That's just what it calls for, and that's what gives it that nice so with me saving on this cream cheese money, then this whole bowl of dip is going to be less than $5. Well, less than that, really. Because my neighbor gave me the English cucumbers. And this is so good. I'll tell you how I eat this. And it's natural. It's not dipped out of the store. I sit there and put this on club crackers. Or my Ritz kind of crackers. Let me just get a spoon and I'll clean that off. So I'm just going to start mixing this. Mixing this around. Make sure you get it all mixed. That's a little bit, oh no, it'd be alright for a dip. I think that's still a little wet, but it's not. It's okay. So let's pull that on down. Get that really mixed in there. Get that cleaned off. Okay. Get that mixed in there good. Okay, let's put a, let's see, where's my salt? I'm going to put, calls for 1 teaspoon, I'm putting 2 because it's a big bowl. And I'm going to even put a little bit of hair dark pepper in it because I like it. I have some white, but I'm not going to find it just to do this demonstration. And just me and Mama eating it. Or me, Mama probably, she'll eat a cucumber sandwich. And this is good as a spread for tuna fish sandwich, ham sandwich, any kind of sandwich. Okay. So we got that, I think. Let me get just a bite of it, and it's very good. Oh, you can taste the cucumber. It's good. Now then, I'll just go ahead and show y'all. Let me get some brown bread, and I'll show y'all. I'll go ahead and show you how you should do this. I just buy the split top breads. If I don't make them, and I'm not going to make today breads, so I just get a good bread. Get a good bread, and then I'll cut the edge off, see, like that. Once I get, let me get my, I'm looking for my spread tool. Did it with. Let me look over here. I'll just get a regular case in it. That'd do just fine. You can do just fine. A regular case in it. I'm gonna take that. Just spread that on these. Get them to the edge, because you're gonna cut that. You're gonna cut that off. So you want to get that to the edge if you can. For those of you who've never had cucumber sandwiches, or a tea party, have one. Get you a teacup and have your own tea party. It'll give you something to do, it'll be fun, everybody enjoy it. Now, what I do at this point is usually I will take some small slices of my cucumber just to give it a little more ump. Just lay them kind of somewhere. Now you can take, let me get around one and I'll show you. You can get a round one and slice it so thin. I'm talking about just thin as thin can be. If you have help in the kitchen, then it's a lot easier. But you can take those and layer that cucumber around that sandwich like that. Now that's a true.
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
That's Alexa. She woke up. My Lord. She does that, y'all. It scares the you know what out of me. She just comes awake all of a sudden. Hello. I said, well, I guess you're awake now, aren't you? Okay, now what I'll do is probably be best if I get my well, I'm getting tired and I'm getting kind of hot in here. I don't know why, but I guess because I've been going all day doing all kinds of stuff, you know. It's just the way I'll just use that. And I've got a serrated knife, but I had it out a while ago. I'll just cut this one. My little boy, when he was little, he would not eat a sandwich if it had crust on it. Because of my grandmother. She would peel the bread off. My nephew. She'd peel the bread off, and then, you know, a regular weenie. Now, she grew up in the days on the farm down there where they took those weenies and stuffed them in hog intestine and made sausage. Well, of course, Oscar Mayer doesn't do that. And I tried to tell her after I got older. She wouldn't listen. She peeled the skin off of every weenie she ever had. So, of course, she peeled the weenies for him. And I'm going to tell you that, let's use I'll get one of my Havlins. My rolled Dalton. I'll use the rolled Dalton because it's white. I'll get one of my rolled Daltons because it's white. I wish I had my serrated knife. I know it's here, and I've got several in the pantry, but I'm not going to get them. So we're just going to cut them just like this. Even though they shouldn't be squished out. They should be very prim and proper and done perfect. If you're having a tea, that's the way you would do that, just like that. You see? And that makes such good little cucumber Benedictine sandwiches. Just like that. Now put you a little bit of decoration on it. You can put basil, or you can put whatever on it. And this is what we used to eat as kids when they get ready to have these for a wedding or anything like that. So we would eat those pieces there. Then we devour this also. So there's our Benedictine sandwiches, and I'll put that recipe on there. Y'all might want to make some cucumber sandwiches, Benedictine sandwiches. If you do, now you know how easy this is to make. And don't forget your green food coloring, because that's what gives it a signature. Okay, I've got to get some other things done. God bless you. God bless us. God bless the United States. I'm sorry these videos have been sporadic, but I've got so much going on I just can't delve into one area. So I'll talk to you soon. God bless you. We wish you was here to have some cucumber sandwiches and tea with us. Bye-bye.